What's up, Nitro family? This is Coach Brad Sims here, and hope you guys are all doing okay during your quarantine workouts. With all the working out you've probably been doing just to keep from going stir crazy, I thought you might benefit from a little bit of flexibility, and bringing you a stretching program. So I'm going to show you what I think are the six most useful stretches that will apply to any workout that you're doing. Okay, we're going to start with a calf stretch, we're going to do a quad stretch, a hamstring stretch, a piriformis and glute stretch, we'll combine that one. One called the open book, which is spinal rotation, and we're going to finish with one called the hip pinwheel. All you're going to need for this is a floor and a pillow. So for the calf stretch, we're going to do this from a plank position. Hands on the floor, cross one ankle over the other, lift the hips, and push back. Try to drop that heel toward the floor. Now, I'm not going to do this for the actual time, which is 30 seconds. That should be the minimum time that you guys are doing a stretch. The muscles don't want to release unless 30 seconds or so goes by. It's just a thing. You've got to hold them longer than you think generally. Okay? So I'm also pushing away with my hands, trying to drop that heel to the floor. But it's still about an inch off the floor. After 30 seconds, you switch, and we'll try the other side. So repeat both sides, 30 seconds each. For the quad stretch, you're going to lay on your belly, rest your head on your arm or the pillow. One knee is out to the side at about 90 degrees. You're going to take your top arm, grab your opposite leg, see if you can reach your shoelaces, pull your heel by your butt, squeeze your butt like you're pressing your hips into the floor, and squeeze your abs, same time. It should almost feel like a plank. Just the movement of pressing your hips toward the floor is going to create a pretty intense stretch along your quadriceps, your thigh muscles. Okay, you would hold that for 30 seconds and release very gently. It hurts a little bit coming out of that one. If you come out fast, come out nice and slow. If you can't reach your shoelaces, you could loop a belt around your foot and hold the belt over your shoulder and use that to pull the foot in a little bit and hold that for 30 seconds, of course. Okay, for hamstring stretch, you lay on your back. You're going to pull one knee and hold behind the knee with both hands. Go a little bit past vertical, so slightly closer to your chest, but you don't have to go like super far, like here. This is good. Okay, I want you to relax your ankle. Use your own thigh muscles to try to straighten your knee as much as you can. Now, I want to caution you against something. You'll see a lot of people using a belt to pull their foot this way, or they'll pull the toe to the face. You're going to feel a really bizarre sensation, almost painful, right behind the knee. When you move your ankle to your face in this position, you're stretching your sciatic nerve. You've heard of people with sciatica. Sciatica is a combination of symptoms resulting from an affected sciatic nerve. Just don't mess with it, okay? Just relax your ankle. If anything, you can point your toe slightly up to the ceiling. Just don't go this way. Do yourself a favor. The nerve gets very irritated, all right? If you're trembling from trying to use these muscles to pull the hamstring side into the stretch, that's okay. It just means you're working, all right? Try to do that for 30 seconds. Most of us have pretty tight hamstrings, and they're a really powerful muscle to begin with, so you want to make sure that you keep them flexible. You might benefit from 2 stretches in a row. Maybe take a 5 or 10 second break in between. You saw me bring my leg down about halfway, and then I go back up for another 30 seconds, and then I'm going to switch. Notice that my head is resting on the pillow the whole time. I don't try to do this. It just bothers your neck after a while. So try to just relax your head on the floor or on a pillow and go through your stretch.
Okay, so that's hamstring. For glute or piriformis stretch, we're going to hit two muscles together. You're going to cross one ankle over the knee, reach through the middle, and pull that other knee toward your chest. The leg that is crossed is the one you're going to feel the stretch right in your butt cheek. Okay, you're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Then release, cross the other side, and do that too. Okay, so that was great. You just got two stretches in. You didn't even have to change your position. Okay, moving on to the fifth stretch, the open book. So this is what you really need the pillow for. You want a little bit of head support. I recommend not being in this position because look, my neck is basically side bent and my spine is shaped like a U. My ribs are completely collapsed to the floor. However, if I support my head and I have my arms out like this and I'm in this fetal position, right? Knees up, we got a 90 angle going on here. You can actually put one hand between your knees like so, squeeze your knees together, try to squish your hand, and then with this arm, we're going to reach up and back, like toward the corner of the room. Now this one, you don't have to hold 30 seconds. I'm going to recommend you do 5-second bouts. Actually, let's not do it by seconds. Let's go by breaths. So we'll reach, do 3 deep breaths, and each time you breathe out, see if you can reach a little bit further with your shoulder blade getting closer to the floor, not your hand. Anyone can tilt their wrist back and try to reach the floor. It's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to get more rotation out of our spine and our shoulders by getting that shoulder blade a little bit closer to the floor. But the reason why I had you put your hand down here is because your body wants to do this and kind of pull apart. Your hips want to rotate to help you get your shoulder closer to the floor. Don't allow that. That's cheating. Okay? Say, hand between, reach back. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And now we close the book. Then we open the book. Now you know why it's called that stretch? Okay, you get the idea. Try 3 on that side, 3 breaths each time you reach, so 3 times 3. And then we'll flip to the other side and try 3 reaches, 3 breaths during each hold. Okay, lastly, we've got something called hip pinwheels. This is designed to take the leg bones in their hip sockets through kind of an opposing rotation. All right, so we're going to start in this long sitting position is what we call this. We're going to tilt to one side, if you can support on your arms. And you're going to sweep your legs into this position. Some people might call this the windmill. You don't have to touch your foot to your thigh. You can have a few inches of space. It kind of depends what's comfortable, what feels okay on your knees. Okay? Now, just picture, if you will, if you've all done bridges at some point, you've been on the floor and you drive your hips up into the air, right? So with a hip pinwheel, it's kind of like doing a bridge, except our legs are turned slightly sideways. So I'm going to lean forward, use my arms as a counterweight, and try to extend my hips, just like a bridge, and I come up to here. Then I'm going to lean my trunk forward, chest forward, arms forward, gently set my butt back down on the ground, and that's 1 full repetition. That's 1 pinwheel. Okay, up 2. This you just move nice and slow through it. You don't need a 30-second hold on this. You're just holding position at the joint and then changing the position ever so slightly. Okay, so we're just going to do 5. Uncross the legs, and let's try going the other way.
Up for one. Easy back down. Oh, this feels kind of good on my hips. For those of us binging Netflix and sitting on the couch, this is a great stretch to do every time there's a commercial break. Your hip joint really doesn't like being stuck in one position for too long. Okay, that was either 4 or 5. Anyway, you're going to do 5, and that's the end of your flexibility session. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully we'll see you soon.